Daisy Miller by Henry James. Characters, summary, themes, and analysis. Hello and welcome to the discourse. Today we will discuss one of the most intriguing and enticing story by Henry James. It is a short story, a novella by the title Daisy Miller. It was published as a series in the Cornhill magazine in June-July 1878. The major theme of this novella is individual liberty and how it is frowned upon and cut short by the oppressive society. Henry James often depicted the American and European societies in his stories and how the societal norms affect the individual characters psychologically. Daisy Miller is again a psychological novella. In this novel, Henry depicts the societal norms of footloose or expatriate Americans abroad in Europe. Characters. The major characters include Frederick Winterbourne, who is an American young expatriate being educated in Geneva. He is close to his aunt, whom he respects. Daisy Miller is the central character or the protagonist, the title character. She is a free-spirited, beautiful young girl representing the free-to-life attitude of Americans. She represents the clash between American innocence and spontaneity with European customs and regulations of society. She expects to be a part of the high society of Europe but doesn't want to agree with the norms of that same society. Mrs. Miller is Daisy's mother, who offers her and her brother Randolph enough freedom, which often seems to be more than enough. She appears to be a timid mother with little or no control over her kids, and she is just opposite to what an European mother would look like. However, when the need arises, she proves to be an efficient and caring mother. Randolph Miller is Daisy's younger brother, just 9 years old kid. He misses his home country, America. Mrs. Costello is Winterbourne's dominating aunt. She is a typical European woman of prestige. She is an American expat who adapted to European ways completely and wishes other American expats to follow the European norms completely. Mrs. Walker is another American expat in Geneva. Like Mrs. Costello, she also symbolizes typical European middle-aged woman. Eugenio is European servant of the Miller family appointed to help Mrs. Miller with her kids as they are in Europe on travel. Eugenia knows European society. Mrs. Miller is too much dependent on him and he holds a sense of power over the family. Mr. Giovanelli is a typical European young man, very articulate and charming but artificial. He doesn't care much about anything and ultimately leads Daisy to her end. Apart from these major characters, there is one friend of Winterbourne who informs him about Daisy's closeness with Giovanelli. This novella is divided in 4 chapters. Let us discuss the summary of each chapter one by one. Summary of Daisy Miller, Chapter 1. Frederick Winterbourne is an American living in Geneva since long for his studies. He visits Vevey, Switzerland to meet his wealthy widow aunt, Mrs. Costello, as she is having a headache. Winterbourne goes to Hotel Trois Coronets to visit the garden of the Grand Hotel. In the garden, he meets an enthusiastic 9-year-old boy who talks to him with confidence. He realizes that the boy, whose name is Randolph, is an American. Winterbourne reveals to him that he is also an American. Randolph introduces Winterbourne to his elder sister Daisy Miller. Winterbourne is too impressed by Daisy's innocence and beauty. She is direct and honest in her approach. She doesn't take much interest in Winterbourne, but when he talks about the beautiful sights of Vevey one should visit, she starts taking an interest. Winterbourne proposes that he would take Randolph and Daisy to visit the old castle, Château de Chalon, sometime and Daisy agrees. Winterbourne finds Daisy very innocent and frank. She brags about the gentleman she knew back in America and she is direct and unaffected. However, Randolph doesn't want to go, so Winterbourne suggests that he would take Daisy and her mother to the old castle. Daisy says that her mother will also prefer to remain at hotel rather than going with them. Winterbourne tells that he will introduce Daisy to someone who may vouch for Winterbourne and that he is good, trustworthy person and Daisy can go with him alone. Chapter 2. Later on, Winterbourne meets his aunt Mrs. Costello and asks her about the newly arrived Miller family. Mrs. Costello is a wealthy widow and a reputed member of American Expat Society of Europe. She tells that Daisy is a common girl of low class and she doesn't like her much. She also doesn't approve of her mother Mrs. Miller and says that she is too dependent on the family servant Eugenio. Winterbourne tells her that he wants her to meet Daisy, but Mrs. Costello denies and tells him to remain away from Daisy. Mrs. Costello says that Daisy is a flirt, otherwise she wouldn't agree to go with Winterbourne alone just after one single meeting. However, Winterbourne doesn't agree. He feels that straightforwardness and innocence is natural for Daisy as she is American, and she is unaware of European customs. He again meets Daisy the very same night and when Daisy was walking with her mother. Mrs. Miller was too preoccupied with her tries to take Randolph to bed as he was not listening to her. She then asks Eugenio to help her take Randolph to bed. Daisy tells her mother about her plan to visit the old castle with Winterbourne. Mrs. Miller hopes that Eugenio will talk to Daisy and persuade her to not to go. However, Eugenio ignores her and tells Daisy to do whatever she wants. Then he takes Randolph to bed. Mrs. Miller tells Daisy that now when Randolph is sleeping, they may go to sleep too. After 2 days, Winterbourne takes Daisy to Ceylon on a steamer. She is not embarrassed, rather she is too enthusiastic about the steamer and she observes it and makes intelligent comments about the steamer. Winterbourne hoped it will be a romantic visit, but Daisy finds him boring and grave. The visit was too normal for Daisy and she showed no signs of worries or flutter as she was alone with a guy. At the old castle, Daisy and Winterbourne were alone. He informed Daisy about the history of the castle. He tells her that he will have to go to Rome soon. Daisy tells him to meet her in Rome when she arrives there and he promises to do so. Winterbourne informs his aunt Mrs. Costello about her visit to the old castle with Daisy, and she shudders and disapproves of Daisy who could go with an unknown guy to such a lonely place alone. Chapter 3. In Rome, Winterbourne continues to get news of the Miller family through the letters of Mrs. Costello. Mrs. Costello informs him that Daisy had made many third-rate Italian male friends. Winterbourne believes that the Miller family is just ignorant of European customs and Daisy is completely innocent. He visits Mrs. Walker, another American expat whom he knows since years. He talks to her about Daisy and she also feels that Daisy is an innocent girl with American ways of thinking. Miller family arrives in Rome, but Winterbourne doesn't go to meet them at once. Rather, he arranges a meet with Daisy at Mrs. Walker's house. Daisy and Mrs. Miller arrive with Randolph. Daisy complains Winterbourne of breaking his promise as he didn't came to visit them. Then she talks to Mrs. Walker who befriends her. Mrs. Miller doesn't like Rome that much, but Daisy is too excited and wants to be a part of the high society of Rome. Mrs. Walker invites them to her party and Daisy asks if she could bring her friend Mr. Giovanelli to her party too, and she agrees. Mrs. Walker learns many rumors about Daisy and how she is getting close to low-class Italian men, especially Giovanelli. Winterbourne meets Giovanelli and realizes that he appears a gentleman, but he is just an imitation. He wonders how a good girl, no matter how innocent she is, cannot distinguish a gentleman and an imitation. Winterbourne and Mrs. Walker try hard to persuade Daisy to keep away from Giovanelli, but she doesn't listen. She says that she won't allow anyone to dictate her terms. Gradually, Daisy becomes a topic of rumors in the American Expat Society of Rome. However, Daisy remains unaffected and doesn't bow to the societal pressure. Mrs. Miller, on the other hand, continues to ignore the issue. Chapter 4. Winterbourne still believes that the Miller family is just uncultivated and unaware of the urban Roman customs. Mrs. Walker declares that she will never allow Daisy in her home. Winterbourne also tells Daisy that she is a flirt and she should change her ways. Daisy accepts that she is a flirt and says that she will never change. Winterbourne is hurt, but he continues to meet Daisy at her hotel. He always found Daisy sitting alone with Giovanelli in the hotel, but Daisy isn't affected by his intrusion. Winterbourne feels a bit jealous. One day, Winterbourne sees Giovanelli and Daisy in the Colosseum at night. He confronts them and scolds Giovanelli for taking Daisy at a risk of the epidemic Roman fever. Giovanelli says he doesn't care for himself. Daisy says that Eugenio can always bring pills to cure her even if she falls ill. Winterbourne feels that Daisy doesn't deserve his respect and leaves. After some days, Daisy gets ill. Winterbourne visits her and observes that Mrs. Miller is acting a responsible mother, taking very good care of Daisy. However, Daisy succumbs to Roman fever and dies. At the funeral, Giovanelli meets Winterbourne and tells him that he and Daisy were just friends. Giovanelli says that Daisy would have never married him as she never felt any love for Giovanelli. Winterbourne realizes that he committed a mistake by suspecting Daisy. He feels that his first idea of Daisy being an innocent girl was right. He realizes that maybe he is also responsible for the death of Daisy. The next summer, when he visits Vevey to meet Aunt Costello, he announces that he did a great injustice against Daisy and he has decided not to go back to America and he goes back to live in Geneva. Daisy is the protagonist who represents innocent free spirit not bound to societal terms. Her refusal to accept the standard of American expatriate society in Europe becomes the antagonist, which is represented by Mrs. Costello and Mrs. Walker. Her defiance to the social norms though leads her to the epidemic of Roman fever and her demise. So this was all about Daisy Miller. We will come again with another short story of Henry James. Please stay connected with the discourse. Thanks and regards.